Today, September 6, 2011. Today's topic is going to be called, is it self-confidence or arrogance? I've been talking to a parent over the last couple of days, which made me think about this subject. And she was talking about how in most subjects, in most areas, that how her child seems to be very self-confident, but yet sometimes it's perceived as arrogance. And then when I talk to the wife, sometimes she perceives me as arrogant. And I think it's a very different line between a lateral thinker and a non-lateral thinker. We as dyslexics learn certain subjects very well. If we care about something, if we're passionate about it, my passion is information technology. The whole gambit from server switches to routing to web pages. I love information technology. This is what I live and breathe. I spend 2-3 hours a day researching new technologies, reading things. Information technology is what I love. Management and personnel management is something else I love. So sometimes I come off as arrogant because I know this subject and I know it well. Some people have to write things down and remember it. Once I lock it in my mind, I remember it. I remember the date. I remember everything about it. So it becomes a real passion. Non-lateral thinkers say things sometimes as a lateral thinker. I mean, people will say something with not such a I'm positive. I think I read it this way. I think it was this way. We as dyslexics, when we learn something, we really, really learn it, like I said. And also, the second part of it is when you're a child and you get used to people making fun of you and you don't want to read out loud and you don't want to be in front of people, you build your social skills in a different set of ways. Like even today, I won't get up in Bible study and try to read because it's not what I'm good at. But if we talk about a subject that I know it. So it comes off as arrogance. So we avoid the things that we aren't good at, and then we specialize in things that we are, and it comes off as very arrogant. So I was explaining to the parent that you need to be very, very calm. It's not that the child is arrogant. If a dyslexic person tells you something, it's because they remember the fact that way, and it is pretty much, iron on. It's pretty much having like a photographic memory in certain areas. We remember things very, very well. So when you're dealing with a person who is dyslexic or who's partly they will come off as arrogant. Now I have met some arrogant people that are dyslexic, and one has really nothing to do with another. But you as lateral thinkers should not mistake what is self-confidence as arrogance. Like I tell my wife all the time, I'm me. And that's who I am. I'll tell you a story that is very funny. My whole life, I've been a big person. I've been overweight. I graduated high school, I probably was 350 pounds. At one point, I shot up to 400 pounds. Over the last 18 months, I've dropped like 80 pounds. It's not because I felt that I was big or unattractive. I love Leon. It's part of being dyslexic. You learn to love who you are and what you are. The reason I started dropping weight was because the doctor said drop weight or die. It had nothing to do with a look or a self-perception. So as a dyslexic, I learned to love who I am and what I am, and it's really not about what the world perceives me as. So you have to really come to think when you're dealing with a person whose fears and judgments are different than most. As a kid, as a dyslexic, you get ridiculed and picked on and teased a lot. So you really learn quickly not to care what other people think. So as a lateral thinker, when you're dealing with me, it's hard because what you think of me means nothing. What I think of myself and my morals and my goals and my doing things correctly means everything. If you can come at me with a logical argument that you did this and it's not morally correct, it's not correct based on this, I can listen to you. But your feelings and the way people tease each other, make fun of each other, has never meant anything to me because as a kid, I'm a dyslexic and that's the way I learned. So parents, be sure to learn the difference between arrogance and self-confidence. Once again, this is Leon Lewis from Dyslexic in America with Thought of the Day, September 6, 2011. Thank you very much.